Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big Gauchos, the Stock Investor Show. It's completely out of pocket to help with money in your pocket. I'm Austin, back with the boys. We got an exciting one today.
Yes, sir. Favorite companies coming out. But what's up, Big Gauchos? Your boy Big Gaucho Tyler. We back with another banger video. Let's get it.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is Big Goucher Dave. We are back. If you are new here, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you think we're interesting. If you want to see more content like us. But yeah, we have a new episode coming out. I am burning a new candle. It's called Blue Sagewood. Smells very, very nice. Got to spice things up a little bit. But without further ado, let's spice things up with Toys R Us because
Ooh,
some news is coming out regarding the famous toy store, Toys R Us. So today on Monday, I guess yesterday, they were sold to WHP Global for an undisclosed amount. Really, just WHP Global became the majority stakeholder, but now they own Toys R Us essentially, and also Babies R Us and all the other associated stores and trademarks. But that's really interesting stuff.
yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I didn't even really know that there was a demand for this kind of stuff, but I guess if Toys R Us is coming back, that's a positive sign. I think it's good for kids, to go have those experiences, when they're young. But you know, it'll be interesting to see how it works if it allows more stores to open up or if they're just going to stick to like an online storefront.
I
I
know
hope they
what
open stores.
I know what they're planning on doing is they're definitely trying to open up stores. They're also trying to do like what Sephora does and a couple other retails where they open up stores and like department stores, like as like a little mini store essentially. I think
Oh,
that might be maybe good. I don't know how that will really work because when I went to Toys R Us when I was a kid, those were huge stores and they had thousands and thousands and thousands of toys and um I mean, I don't know, like what
mm-hmm.
I guess they'd bring like the most popular toys in the department stores, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, but then you also got to figure that the department stores and the big box stores are dying off pretty fast. So, is that even going to be a good location for them to be inside these already failing stores? Might not be
That
the
is
best
true.
start.
Yeah, and also, guys, just a quick side note. Kevin told me PV Mall is officially closing its doors March 31st. All the stores are gone.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah,
Yep.
that makes a lot of sense. Everything in there's gone except like seven stores.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly. But going back to Toys R Us, I definitely think there is a demand. Toys are up in demand for 16%. And I don't know. I feel like just the nostalgia that going back to Toys R Us has such a big kind of like meaning towards the public that in a sense they will be successful if they're able to manage the size of their stores. If they're going back into their warehouses again, they will definitely fail because there's not enough revenue generated and too much money being borrowed just to even stay open. But I think I've said this before. If they have a smaller store with a certain selection, I think people would go in there to definitely at least buy a couple of toys because it's honestly like a magical experience for kids to go into the toy store to buy stuff.
No, that is
Mhm.
true because once they filed for Chapter 11 back in 2017, obviously Toys R Us, they were the really the prime person to go to if you wanted toys for children or babies for Babies R Us. But once they closed shop, really Amazon took the majority of it, and then Walmart and Target took a little bit. But the toy section in most Walmarts and Targets are pretty abysmal compared to what Toys R Us used to offer. Usually, like in Walmart and stuff, they have maybe like three or four aisles, maybe five, depending on your location. But
Mm-hmm.
Amazon definitely took the majority. And I think it's going to be hard to get it back from Amazon. But I
Yep.
don't know, maybe Toys R Us could because I feel like for kids, especially younger kids, the experience of going to Toys R Us is actually like a really good one from like what I remember. Like there's two places I fondly remember being driven to as a little child, and that was Home Depot and Toys R Us.
Home
You did
Depot.
not want to go to Home Depot, but you really wanted to go to Toys R Us.
Yep, that's very true. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know if they can get the demand back just because people are used to buying toys online, but I'll be excited. I know it was a part of a lot of people's childhood, so that'll be very
Mhm.
interesting to see what happens.
I'll definitely go.
I
Yeah, I
definitely
mean,
would too.
I'd definitely check it out. The real key factor here is going to be how their prices compare to the Amazon. Amazon's the really only competition here. Walmart and Target, they're small fries. Amazon is what
Mhm.
you would need to worry about for Target or Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Yep.
it'll be. successful in the first year, regardless, because of the nostalgia factor. But then once, people get over that, then they're going to be comparing prices. And if Toys R Us isn't competitive, then they're just going to fail again.
Yep, sink or swim. I really don't know that it's going to work, but you'll have to see. And if there's not a Toys R Us near you, you can also check out a flight to go find one in the US. Ooh, how can you do that? Well, a lot of airlines are failing and running out of money. So this could be the perfect time for you to buy that next plane ticket. Airlines are burning through a lot of cash, and it's been about a year into the pandemic now. Specifically, Delta, United, Southwest, Spirit, and JetBlue are at the subject of this story. They beat their expected profit declines, and United and Spirit are actually expected to post a profit for this first quarter here. So things might be turning around for some, but you got JetBlue over here, 64% decline. What do you guys think?
I definitely think there's a lot of hype right now in airlines because of the new
Bleep that,
relief
bleep that, bleep
bill,
that.
and based off of that, a lot of their stocks are being inflated. Like American Airlines is at $25 right now. But pre-virus, it was at $30. So they're
Wow.
definitely, I feel like, a bit overinflated. I think there needs to be a little bit of a correction in this sector. I feel like people will start to forget in like 2 months that the bill was helping them and all that. So I think they will have a steady decline as time goes
Yeah.
on, and then
Yeah. Listen, I think
go down
I
and
think,
hopefully by the dip.
yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I think it's all built on hype right now just because people are looking for those value stocks that could squeeze because, I mean, they look at AMC and GameStop and the only association they make is like, oh, bankrupt failing companies go up. So what do? They look at the airlines that are doing really bad and, that's exactly what they get. So I think when people don't get the insane returns that they're expecting, it could also drop too, just because the, expectations from the investors are going down. So that's not really a positive note to be on if you're trying to get that stock moved and get back up to where you were.
Exactly. And also you got to know that only invest in companies that always get bailed out. So airlines are one of those, and
Yep.
they're not going anywhere. So regardless of where you buy them, especially within this time, I think you'll be okay in the long run.
Yep. That was our slogan from day one, and we're sticking to it. But it's also interesting that TSA screenings are actually up since this time last year. So who's to say what could happen? It's going to be a fight for the market share, but I think we're just going to go down to one airline monopoly. It's just going to be owned by the government. And it's going to be all of the airlines together.
No,
Yeah, probably.
nah, but I don't know. I think it's good. I think all airlines are going to come back really fast. I think I'm really pretty bullish on airlines. The numbers I'm looking at them right now. We had like 1.4 million people went through TSA checkpoints on Sunday.
Up
So that's
up 86K.
yeah, no. So it's recovering very nicely. It's almost equivalent to 2020 numbers. So I think we're pretty much there, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I just hope it's sustainable and that there isn't a big, correction in the market that would also turn the airlines down. But if there is a big turn down, you're going to have to hedge it with the biggest winners, the biggest losers, and the sleepers. Ooh,
Ooh, that
that
soundtrack.
soundtrack. Boom. All right, who's got number one right here? And what is this?
So number one is Shaw Communications, SJR. They went up 41%, which is quite significant. They are a Canadian telecommunication company, and they provide internet, TV, mobile services, and landline. If you still have one, if you're one of the 4 people in the world who still has a landline, then Shaw's for you. But they really service from Alberta to British Columbia, so it's
Hmm.
pretty secluded sector of the I guess market share.
You know what? I figured out why this one sounds familiar. It's when we went to Vancouver. One of the times my phone switched to Shaw because it switches to a different roaming carrier. It's like Shaw, Bell, and Rogers. So yeah, I
Mhm.
I get why that's familiar now.
Yes, sir. And then number 2, we have AMC Entertainment Holdings, AMC, up 26%. So they jumped up quite a bit today.
That's our baby.
Yeah, I think,
Sure.
my theory for this is people got their stimmies and they just pumped it into AMC. And also some people from GameStop probably sold out, took their profits and hopped over to AMC. That's my personal prediction because GME dropped like a rock and AMC skyrocketed. So
Insider collaboration. It's just all you have to know about investing is just switch back and forth between those two stocks every week, like a slot machine, and then eventually you'll make money.
Jeez.
All
Eventually
you
it'll
got to
hit,
do.
and then you'll go up 25% on the day, just like you did with AMC. So I'm almost in the green. David's in the green. Let's hope it breaks 25, 30 tomorrow. We'll see how that goes.
It's actually a decent strategy to have 150% profit on your portfolio all the time. But it might also be a decent strategy if you buy one of these big losers for the same reason. Buy the dip.
ooh, by the dip. Yes, sir. Number one, we have GameStop. So let's talk about it. GME, they are down 17% almost. And then number two, we have Eli Lilly and Company, LLY, down 9%. And they are a pharmaceutical company. They had some bad news come out about one of their Alzheimer medication drugs. It didn't show very promising clinical data from their study.
Hmm.
So
That's
Oh,
not
but
good. And I mean, we've seen that the pharmaceutical companies are very volatile, so it's probably not the move right now.
yeah, it's risky business, but if you know what you're doing, then you can make some fat dough if you have a little bit of knowledge ahead of time about the clinical study.
Yep. Or
definitely.
if you had a little bit of knowledge ahead of time about some of these sleepers, you wouldn't have gotten scammed like Dave did to me. Sleep, 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 sleep.
Ooh, what do we got number one?
Sleep, sleep,
Sleep,
sleep.
sleep, 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 sleep.
Yeah, so
It was
number
an
one we have
exaggeration.
Nokia, NOK, and they have been making a lot of big moves recently. We don't have time to say it right now, but maybe we'll make a video about it because they are popping off, honestly.
Mhm.
They are making some pretty big headlines, and I think they will be doing very good in the next couple of months.
I think so too. Albertsons and Nokia, next two videos coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. And then number two, we have Roblox Corporation, RBLX. It's kind of like Legos, but for the computer. Yeah, I don't know. I played it when I was a child. I guess it's really popular now compared to what it used to be.
Hmm.
And then number three, we have American Airlines, AAL. Travel is coming back fast. And disclosure, this is my personal airline company, so maybe you want to pick another one, but this is mine, so I gotta disclose that information.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not insider trading, but it does look like he has a little bit biased. But I mean, you heard the second story. Pick up some airlines.
Yeah.
American Airlines, I agree, but I don't think it's a buy right now. I think under $22 you'd be okay.
Hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Set
I
yourself a good
guess
price
to
target.
each their own.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. But
exactly.
we do say to each your own, but I think everybody should own a podcast on Anchor because that's the only place you should be creating a podcast. So let's hit that ad real quick. Sheesh. All
Ooh.
right. You already know the deal. We hate Ruby Tuesday. No new additions to the bankruptcy boneyard, surprisingly. Um, everything is still good for the pocket.
Yes.
And
Oh yeah. Good for the heart, good for the pocket.
is there and Big Gaucho Tyler took the dub today. So Tyler, what is your selection and victory speech?
I just want to say I'm the very best, and I had never doubted my skills at all because I always win. And I'm going with 33,000 flat again. I think
I'm gonna go with close. I'm gonna go with 32, 953.46.
Ooh, you cannot do that, my good sir.
What? Why not?
Because
33,000
Tyler
flat.
said 33,000 flat.
Oh, I wasn't even listening. All right, 32, 33,000 flat, 899.
All right. Yeah, I know you weren't listening because you had a rule violation right there.
Yeah, you're very right.
I'm gonna pick a number. I'm gonna say it's gonna go above 30,000, and then after it breaks that milestone, it's gonna just jump up, and it's gonna go up to 33,333.
Ooh, I like it.
Dang, that's pretty crazy.
All
All
right,
right.
we locked in, boys.
We are locked in. We got a lot of bold claims and a lot of speculation, but it's anybody's game, as you know, because the stock market is so unpredictable. Welcome to 2021. But we also want to thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Leave us a voice message on anchor.fm/gauchos or biggauchos.com if you want to send an investing tip. We want to play on the show. How to do it.
Hey, quick disclaimer, because we love disclaimers. Everything said on this podcast is our opinions from our experiences. We are not liable for any lost gains, but we're directly liable for all major gains. So invest safely, big gauchos. Dave, let's hit it with that Instagram.
Yeah, so the Instagram is at Big Gauchos. You know, what would you expect? So come over and check us out. We got some good stuff. We post some funny clips, some bloopers, some inappropriate things that are said that we have to edit out.
Tyler.
It happens every now and then, you just slip of the tongue. But, come over and check us out. We post some good stuff.
Yep, definitely. And make sure after you check us out on all the social networks at Big Gauchos, because we're the greatest and we always get that username. Make sure you check us out on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public, Overcast, or you can add us to your own RSS feed anywhere you listen to podcasts. Take us with you on the go and show it to anybody. Share that link with a friend. Tell them a time code. Make sure, especially if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, it was rating 1 to 5 stars. Do not accept anything less than 4.5 stars. And leave us a review. Tell us your favorite Big Gaucho is. Boys, we got anything else to add before we get out of here? I second that. AMC to the moon. Good night from Arizona. Who made some money today? Peace.